Sniff. Where am I?
What's wrong? One day, when I was a senior in high school, I ended up helping a pair of lost twins. When I brought them home, it turned out they belonged to a famous gangster family, the Hunters.
What did you do to the girls?
I was surrounded by men in black suits reacting to the crying twins, and I was in a tight spot.
Then, huh? Kyle? Out of nowhere, Emily, my crush and classmate, appeared in front of me.
And that's how my happy story with Emily began. Today, I want to talk about how my kindness led to my connection with Emily. If you'd like, please listen. My name is Kyle Johnson. I'm a senior in high school. Being a senior means it's time to focus on college applications, but I was struggling with my future plans. I've always loved plants, fascinated by wildflowers that others don't notice. So, I wanted to go to a university where I could study botany. But there was one problem. My desired path didn't align with my parents' expectations. My dad is a CPA, and he's been saying things like, Kyle should be a CPA too, and being a CPA means job security since I was little. So, my parents naturally assumed I'd become a CPA as well. In that situation, it was hard to say, I want to go a different way. Sigh. Once again, I found myself sighing as I looked at the blue sky from the classroom window. The three-way meeting about my future plans was coming up soon. I intended to vaguely say, I'll go to college and study for it, but my parents might wonder why I wasn't being specific. I wasn't brave enough to have a confrontation about my future plans, and I was worried about being questioned. In the midst of this, I noticed a classmate in my field of vision. It was Emily Johnson. Emily was a beautiful, elegant girl with black hair, and I secretly admired her. She was quiet, always listening rather than speaking. She never laughed loudly like the other girls. If I were to compare her to a flower, she'd be a graceful, noble lily. That aura captivated me. Of course, I wanted to get closer to Emily, but my shyness made it impossible for me to approach her. So, I just watched her from a distance every day. One day, on my way home from school, I noticed two little girls standing by the road. They were looking at a note and glancing around, clearly lost. They looked so much alike that I instantly knew they were twins. Just as I was about to pass by, the twins suddenly started crying.
Where are we? Where's home?
Hearing their tearful voices, I couldn't just walk away. They looked about 5 or 6 years old. What's wrong? I asked them, and the twins explained their situation through their tears.
Today is our big sister's birthday. We wanted to buy her flowers. So we were trying to go to the florist, but we couldn't find it. We want to go home, but we don't know where we are. Mister, where are we? Mister, where is our home?
I could feel the twins' confusion and anxiety, and it hurt my heart. They had gotten lost while trying to buy flowers for their sister's birthday. I could tell them where we were, but I had no idea where their home was. As I was at a loss, I noticed the note the twins were holding. Hey, is that a note? Oh, it's a map. Can I see it?
Yeah, sure.
The twins showed me the note. It had a drawing of what looked like their house, with lines leading from it. There were landmarks drawn from a child's perspective, like a house with a dog, a statue, a bakery, and a park where they collected acorns. To someone unfamiliar with the area, it would be an impossible map, but luckily, I knew this neighborhood well. So, I quickly figured out where they wanted to go. Oh, you want to go to this florist? It's just down the next street.
Really?
If you want, I can take you there. Actually, I had just watched a TV show yesterday about kids running errands for the first time, and it made me tear up a bit. So, I thought maybe this was their first errand, and I wanted to support them. That's how I ended up taking the twins to the florist.
Welcome.
We want flowers. Big flowers, please.
The twins energetically entered the shop and asked for a bouquet with hand gestures. But the florist looked a bit troubled.
Oh, well.
Their sister's birthday is today, and they want to get her a bouquet, I explained.
Oh, a bouquet. What's her budget?
The clerk asked, and the twins took out 5 $1 coins from their small wallet.
This is our saved up allowance. I gave up buying a stuffed animal for this.
The twins spoke proudly.
Well, I'm sorry. It might be tough to get a bouquet with this.
The florist said that apologetically.
Really?
Hearing that, the twins' expressions quickly darkened. Indeed, it was hard to buy a bouquet with just $5. I felt sorry for them, but there wasn't much we could do. Just then, an idea popped into my head. Hey, you can buy this. Even a single flower looks really nice. I pointed to a lily in front of me.
Really? Do you think our sister would be happy with just one big flower? Yeah, I'm sure she'll love it. This flower really suits her. Okay, let's get this one.
The twins liked the lily and asked the florist to wrap it up. They happily took the flower in their hands.
It's so pretty. Do you think she'll like it? She'll love it.
Trying so hard to buy flowers for their sister. If I were their sister, I'd be moved to tears.
Let's go home. Yeah, let's go home quickly.
The twins cheerfully said that as they left the store. But I was worried they might get lost again like before, so I decided to walk them home. Is it around here?
Yeah, it's that house with the gate. What? That one.
The house they pointed to was the biggest mansion in the neighborhood. But I knew it. It was the home of a notorious gang. At least they wouldn't get lost anymore. As I was about to leave, a loud voice shouted from inside the gate, "Where are the girls?"
Hearing that, the twins shouted back, "We're home."
The gate opened immediately, and several men in black suits rushed out.
Where have you been? We were worried.
The men ran to the twins. It seemed the twins hadn't told anyone where they were going, and their family was worried. Then, more men in black suits gathered from across the street, surrounding me. These were definitely gang members.
Hey, you. What did you do to the girls? You didn't take them away, did you?
The men shouted angrily, and I broke into a cold sweat. Oh, no, This might be the end for me. Just as I feared the worst, the twins stepped between us.
Stop it. This guy helped us. He didn't do anything bad. He just took us to the florist.
The twins defended me.
Oh, really? Sorry about that.
The men stepped back and apologized.
Thank you for helping them.
She suddenly approached me and thanked me. When we looked at each other, my heart nearly stopped. It was Emily Johnson, my crush. Emily?
Kyle, what are you doing here?
Emily lives in a gangster's house? I was completely confused, unable to connect the elegant, quiet Emily with this situation. As I stood there in shock, the twins grabbed my hand.
We're having a birthday party for our sister. Come, let's eat the cake together. Sing happy birthday with us.
They pulled me towards the house. Oh no, I really should. I looked around to refuse, but the men were glaring at me menacingly. If I turned down the twins' invitation, I might not see tomorrow. Every instinct told me to accept. Reluctantly, I joined Emily's birthday party.
Kyle, sorry for the sudden invitation.
Oh no, it's fine.
My sisters seem to really like you. They don't usually warm up to strangers, so this is quite rare.
Emily said that with a slight look of apology. Really?
I also want to thank you for helping them, so please feel free to enjoy yourself today.
She smiled warmly. Emily was as cute as ever, but unfortunately, I didn't feel confident enough to enjoy this situation. I decided to participate like air and leave as soon as the party was over. God, Buddha, please let me leave this place safely. As I was internally praying, we were led to a room filled with teddy bear and unicorn balloons, creating a fairy tale atmosphere that didn't fit the gangster's house at all.
My parents should be here soon, so just relax until then.
Emily tried to comfort me, but my heart was pounding. Your parents. Emily's parents were probably the gang boss and his wife. What if they were as scary as in the movies? Various scenarios floated through my mind. If I made a mistake here, it might be the end of my life. The tension kept building. Click. Finally, the door opened.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's start the party. A voice called out.
Emily's father appeared. When I saw him, I nearly fell over. He looked like an ordinary man, even wearing a playful party hat. Behind him, Emily's mother also had a surprisingly gentle demeanor.
Oh, you must be Kyle? Thanks for helping out Emma and Ann today.
No, it was nothing, I answered humbly.
Kyle is in my class.
Emily explained.
What a coincidence. In that case, let's pop some champagne.
Hey, Dad, today is about Emily, remember?
Oh, right. Sorry, honey.
Emily's dad chuckled sheepishly. Is this really a gangster's house? Emily's father was nothing like the gang boss I imagined, and I felt my tension ease a bit. As the party began, Emma and Ann sang songs, and the gang members performed skits to liven up the atmosphere. Laughter and a cheerful vibe filled the room, and I started to relax. Later, the party moved to the gift-giving stage.
Happy birthday, sis.
Happy birthday, Miss Emily. Emily, happy birthday. Here's something you've wanted for a while.
Emma and Ann gave the flowers they bought earlier. The gang members gave clothes, and their father gifted a high-tech looking computer. Emily's face lit up with surprise and joy as she accepted each gift.
Thank you, everyone.
Emily expressed her gratitude with a big smile. As I joined everyone in clapping and congratulating her, I suddenly felt everyone's eyes on me. Wait, I just got invited last minute. I don't have a gift. I can't say that out loud though. I'm sorry. I came empty-handed. I apologized, trembling with fear that I might be kicked out for being rude. Oh man, I could feel the piercing gazes of the gang members. Then, unexpectedly, Emily spoke up.
Kyle, how about you give me a tutoring session as a birthday present?
Huh?
I really like computers and want to study information technology in college, but I'm not good at liberal arts. You're one of the top students in our class in that area, right? Could you teach me?
As I stammered, I felt the intense stares of the gang members saying, "It's a request from the young lady." Why, yeah, sure. Unable to bear the pressure, I agreed to Emily's request. And that's how I ended up tutoring Emily. Emily smiled happily. On my first day tutoring Emily, I visited her house again.
Welcome, Kyle.
Thanks for having me. After that, I started going to Emily's house about 3 times a week.
Kyle, why does this work this way?
Well, it means.
I see.
By the way, I was tutoring Emily in her room. You might think I'd be thrilled to be alone with my crush in her room, right? Well, I was excited at first, but reality wasn't so sweet, because there were always gang members watching me intently through the door gap. If I even touched Emily, I had a feeling something unimaginable would happen. So, our time together wasn't exactly a heart-pounding romance, but teaching Emily helped me understand the material better and improve my own grades. In the end, I'm glad I accepted her request. One day, a question popped into my head about Emily. By the way, Emily, you're the oldest sibling, right? Will you take over the gang in the future?
No, I want to be a programmer, so I won't take over the family business.
Do your parents know about that?
Yeah, my dad has always told me, don't worry about the gang. Do what you love. Even if he hadn't said that, I'd still make the same choice. Parents are parents, and I'm me. There's no need to follow in their footsteps. I want to do what I love.
You're amazing, Emily.
What do you mean?
The way you believe in yourself.
Really? But I've had my struggles too. You know, our family isn't exactly reputable. Growing up surrounded by gang members, my way of speaking became different. When I was a kid, it shocked my friends. Some even distanced themselves from me. That's when I realized our family was different.
I see.
I still sometimes slip into that way of speaking, so I try to be careful at school.
Got it. I always thought Emily was just a quiet girl, but she had her own battles. She talked about it calmly, but I'm sure she had her share of pain.
But now I'm focused on my own path. I know what I want to do and how I want to live. So I just move forward.
Her words genuinely moved me. Actually, I'm also struggling with my future.
Why?
I decided to confide in Emily about the conflict between my parents' expectations and my own career path.
Shouldn't you do what you love?
Emily said seriously, "Do you think so?"
Yeah, it's your life, after all.
Seeing Emily say that so confidently made me realize something. That's right, it's my life. I have the right to pursue what I love. Thinking that, I felt a surge of strength.
But Kyle, you're kind of amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when you first came to our house, you didn't seem scared at all, even though you were surrounded by gang members, and you joined my birthday party.
Oh, well, actually, I was really scared. I almost said that, but if Emily misunderstood, that was fine. I keep the truth to myself. Inspired by Emily, I finally decided to tell my parents about my plans that weekend. They might say, if you don't become a CPA, we won't pay for your tuition. But if that happened, I just work part-time to cover the costs. All right. I gathered my courage and called out to my dad. Dad, can I talk to you for a minute?
What's up, Kyle?
I want to talk to you about my future plans.
Go ahead.
I'm interested in plants, and I want to study botany in college.
I see. Then work hard for the exams.
Yeah, but aren't you against it?
Against it? Why would I be?
Because it means I don't want to become a CPA.
Oh, but you have something you want to do, right? There's no need to force yourself to become a CPA.
I thought you'd be angrier. You've always told me to become a CPA.
Did I? I just meant it as a good option. If you couldn't find something you're passionate about.
Really? I didn't know that. With that, my worries about my future plans were quickly resolved. Now I think I should have spoken up sooner, but without Emily's advice, I probably would have kept worrying until the last minute. I might not have been able to focus on my studies. I'm really glad I talked to Emily. Thanks to her, my future became much clearer. After that, Emily and I continued studying together. At first, it was under the condition that I would teach her, but she learned so quickly that she didn't need my help anymore. Normally, that would have been the end of our relationship, but neither of us suggested stopping, so we continued spending time together. As the seasons changed from fall to winter and exams approached, one day I suggested, Emily, let's take a break.
Sure, but can we wait until I solve this problem?
Okay. Lately, to take a break, we've been walking Avery, the Doberman Emily's family owned. And the lively twins, Emma and Ann, always joined us.
Kyle, give me a piggyback ride. Hey, it's my turn next. Kyle, sorry for always troubling you with their requests.
It's fine. Being with Emma and Ann helps me forget about the exams and feel better. They're so cute. Avery wagged his tail energetically. I used to think Dobermans were scary, but since I love dogs, Avery seemed to sense that and warmed up to me right away.
Oh, what adorable children. Are they twins?
As we were walking, an elderly lady approached us.
Yes.
Emma and Ann answered together.
Oh, you even answer in unison. Hello there.
Hello. Emily and I greeted her as well.
Oh, what a young dad and mom. It's nice to see a close-knit family.
Oh, we're not a dad and mom, I started to say.
Kyle and Sis, actually, they haven't even held hands yet.
Emma and Ann chimed in cheerfully.
Hey, Emma, Ann.
Emily was a bit flustered by their comment.
Oh, you're not a couple. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding.
As the old lady walked away, Emily and I looked at each other and smiled wryly. But inside, I was a bit happy. That old lady thought Emily and I looked like a married couple. Imagining a future where Emily and I are married, with kids and a dog, made me grin. And I really wish that could come true. At that moment, I realized I truly liked Emily. Before, she was just someone I admired, and I never thought about dating her. But now, Emily was always by my side, and I didn't want to let go of that feeling. However, as students preparing for exams, we didn't have time for romance. I channeled all my feelings for Emily into my studies. I think I must have been on fire because I studied day and night without rest. Finally, the day of the exam results arrived. Though Emily and I had applied to different schools, our results were announced online on the same day, so we waited together in her room. With 1 minute left until the results were posted at 10 a.m., we counted down together. 10, 9, 8, 7. As soon as the countdown hit 0, we both accessed the results on our devices. I got in.
Kyle, me too.
I got in too. Yes, we both passed, and we clapped our hands in joy.
We did it, Kyle.
Yeah, Emily, there's something I wanted to tell you if I passed.
What is it?
I like you, Emily. Will you go out with me?
Really?
Yeah, really. I've always thought you were cute, and the more time I spent with you, the more I admired your seriousness and strength.
Thank you. I like you too, Kyle. I was really happy that you saw the real me without judging me for being a gangster's daughter.
Emily. I hugged Emily tightly. At that moment, I heard groans from the gang members outside the room. Previously, I would have been intimidated by them, but not today.
Kyle, you're squeezing me.
Oh, sorry. I quickly loosened my hug. And so, Emily and I started dating. Of course, we told our parents the same day. I was worried they might oppose, but Emily's father, cheerful as ever, simply said, "Take good care of Emily," and gave his approval easily, leaving me a bit surprised. We went to different colleges, but our relationship continued smoothly. I chose to focus my studies on the mountain lilies that I loved. The mountain lily, as its name suggests, blooms in the mountains and has the largest flowers among all lilies in the world. Its presence in the dense green forest, exuding a strong fragrance, stands as a poetic and majestic figure. It's beautiful. When I saw it in the mountains, I was utterly captivated. Immersing myself in research, I decided to pursue a path as a researcher after grad school. The days of research were tough, but my relationship with Emily was my emotional support. Emily, too, immersed herself in her passion for programming and, after graduating, landed a job at a major company. She often used her knowledge to support my research. When I was pulling an all-nighter to compile research data, Emily quickly performed statistical analysis for me. She seemed like a goddess at that moment. Over time, she gave me various pieces of advice, and Emily became an indispensable part of my life. So, when I finally secured a position as a researcher, the first thing that came to mind was proposing to Emily. Emily, I got the researcher position.
Really? Congratulations.
Thanks. I can proudly call myself a researcher, all thanks to you.
That's not true.
No, it is. You've been supporting me since high school. I'm really grateful. Will you walk with me for the rest of our lives? With that, I presented the ring and a bouquet of lilies I had hidden.
Kyle, I'm so happy. I want to be with you forever too.
With tears of joy, Emily accepted my proposal. And so, we decided to get married. We decided to visit Emily's parents to inform them. Though I had known them since high school, I naively thought they would simply say, "Take care of Emily," just like when we started dating. Arriving at Emily's house, I was once again struck by the impressive gate. Since going to college, I hadn't visited Emily's house often, so seeing the gate after so long brought back memories.
Kyle, welcome. Oh, Kyle.
Emma and Anne, who had grown significantly since we first met, and Avery greeted us at the gate. Seeing them reminded me of my high school days, filling me with nostalgia.
This way, Kyle.
Emily led me to a room with precious-looking antiques and a beautifully maintained rose garden visible. This wasn't what I had expected. I imagined a more casual setting, but the atmosphere was suddenly tense. This feeling was compounded when Emily's parents entered the room.
Welcome, Kyle.
Emily's parents entered. They were sharply dressed. Emily's mother, especially, was unlike her usual gentle demeanor. She exuded a severe aura like a gangster's wife you see in the movies. Oh no, this feels intensely gangster-like. Maybe marriage carries more weight than dating? Would they ask me to drink challenge the gang members to marry Emily? I had forgotten this family was a gangster family due to the peace we had so far, and now I was utterly confused. But there was no turning back. D-Dad, I started, my voice almost cracking from nervousness. I've come to ask for your permission to marry Emily.
Oh, I see.
Emily's father replied calmly, but his gaze sharpened. May I have your permission to marry Emily? I asked, steeling myself. At that moment, Emily's father's eyes grew even sharper.
Kyle, do you really have the resolve to make my daughter your wife?
I almost looked away under his intense gaze, but I steeled myself and looked him straight in the eye. Yes, I am determined. Emily's father and I stared at each other for a few seconds. Looking away would mean defeat. Those few seconds felt like an eternity to me.
Kyle.
Yes.
All right, with those eyes, I believe you. Take care of Emily.
Then Emily's father said to her,
Emily, you can walk your own path in life, apart from the gang.
Yes, thank you, Dad.
With that, we successfully finished greeting Emily's parents and quickly registered our marriage. By the way, I had already introduced Emily to my parents before meeting hers. I knew it would take time for my parents to accept our marriage. I brought Emily to my family and openly talked about her family's business. As expected, my parents had serious expressions when they heard our story, but I repeatedly brought Emily home, showing that she lived independently from the gang and would not be involved in it in the future. Most importantly, I explained how much I loved Emily and wanted to spend my life with her. Eventually, when I said, if I can't marry Emily, I'll stay single forever, my father, surprised, said, if you're that serious, then it's your life. Marrying the one you love is the best. My mother also said, Kyle, Emily, I wish you both happiness, and gave her blessing. We decided to have our wedding in Hawaii instead of here. We didn't want to scare the guests with the gang members attending. It was a small, family-only ceremony, but it was warm and lovely, and everyone seemed satisfied. After that, we had 2 children and lived in the city. Recently, we decided to move to the mountains for my research. Emily, who had become a freelance programmer, could work anywhere with an internet connection, and she agreed it was better for the kids, so the move was smooth. This is a nettle. Oh, and there's some bracken.
Dad, what's this?
That's a terranome. Good job, Lucas.
We're having a wild vegetable party today. Mom, wait. Okay, sorry, Amy.
Since moving here, our family has made it a habit to explore the area around our home together. The kids have developed an interest in wild plants, and our whole family loves mountain life. I want to continue living here with Emily, watching our children grow and maintaining a happy home. Spending time with my family in this nature-surrounded place while dedicating myself to my research is a priceless treasure.
Kyle, this place is truly wonderful.
Yes, Emily. I'm really happy to be here with you and the kids.
Dad, look. This flower is cute.
You're right, Amy. That's a mountain lily. It blooms with very large flowers. Our mountain life is fulfilling every day. Seeing our children grow up in touch with nature makes me truly glad we moved here. This is our story up to now. Thank you for listening until the end. I vow to continue building happy days with Emily and our children.